Okay, welcome in. There's my live show reminder for when I go live. I'm working. Welcome in. I'm Tanya from Vancouver Island. Today I'm painting some Easter eggs on large eggs. These look like ostrich eggs. I'm doing dotting style. I have lots of prepared art in my tray available to purchase, or if you want to make the art, I have the dotting tools available. Sit back, relax, catch your calm, find peace in the design. Let's put this one back there. And I'm going, so let me, okay, there we go. Welcome in. My name's Tanya. I'm from Vancouver Island. Sit back and relax and catch your calm. Okay. I've got all shades of blue that I want to place on blue greens on this mandala, or this egg. So welcome in. Can you guys see? So I'm going to start with a brand new egg. I did paint this one a very pastel yellow. I'm using do-it-yourself mandala stones. These are available. I bought them at Amazon. And I have similar style tools available in my tray. This is just a tad thick. I want to start with this color. Ooh, I just got a message from someone on 23andMe. It's kind of exciting. My DNA profile. I haven't checked that in a long time. So welcome in. I'm going to show you how we start these beautiful mandalas. Couple key things: wear gloves, wear an apron, have some paper towel that's a little bit damp nearby, because you do have to clean your tools often. And then the cleanup crew is, hopefully we don't need to use lots of those today. However, they have to be handy. Okay, let's start. You just pick a center point. And you start by putting a big, beautiful dot. I'm using one of the larger tools. These are DIY, do-it-yourself mandala stones. So the largest tool is number 28, which we just used. So it carries the most paint, so it won't self-level. So what I'm going to do, so it doesn't dry like that, because I want to put a lot of layers on this. So I'll flatten it out, help it level, so it creates a nice bed for the future dots. This is quite a lot of paint, as you can see. This will take about 24 hours to dry, if anyone's curious. And then I can layer, like you can see some of the ones in the background. That one's got 4 dots, a few layers. I'll layer some of those later. Some eggs have been painted and need their second or third I've got some on their 4th and 5th layers, so we'll just sort of work through the eggs tonight. That will self-level. So I'm going to do gradient color here. Let's do those for $14. I'm going to start with the darkest. So when you're starting a mandala, to find your anchor point, you do your center dot, and then you do a north, south, east, and west. And once you've placed those dots, we're going to place a dot right in between the two. Now you can also use a stencil and mark that on, but we're freehanding today. So now that you've got your dots centered, we're going to do that one more time. We're going to center right in between those dots. So I'm just using acrylic paints, but I have pre-mixed acrylic paint mediums in my paint already. That's what gives it its body. I don't know if you can see how thick that paint's going on. So I like that ring. I love that color together. This one's just like jumping out at you. So those are nail art tools. They're very, very fine tools. This is the black set. I'm running the pink set. So they're very, very fine. And then the 4mm, that's the one that does I use for my tiny swooshes. Which one is the 4mm? That's the 8mm brush. The liner, oh, here it is. The 4mm brush. It's hard to see, we'll be working with that one later. I'm doing a different pattern on my next egg. I'm very excited to do it, but we're going to do this one first. So we started with the marine blue. Now we're going to go to a white. We're going to go lightest to darkest. Even though I started with a dark first dot, this will be layered. I'll pretty much almost cover this with the future dots, and you'll just see the ring of blue. Kind of like these ones here. So I want to get quite a bit of paint on because I want it textured. I just found this color. It's almost like a pastel citron yellow. The base of this egg. I was so excited how it came out when it dried. I've never seen a color quite like this. Next, we're going to go into our lightest blue. I've got two light blues. One's a sea mist green. They're very, very similar. I think I want to use the pearl one first because it's more of a green tone, and then we'll do the light blue next. So we're going to find a bigger tool. I'm going to go up. These are do-it-yourself mandala stones. Okay, let's start with the light blue. I'm going to use number 3, and we're going to try and place it right beside these white dots without letting them touch. Just put them side by side in between the white dots. Okay, now that we have that row done, we're going to try the blue. I'm not sure. I had an idea with the pattern when I started, but it's changing. Let's see. We need to go to a bigger size. Yeah, you can tell the difference between those two colors. I'm kind of doing gradient, so I want them to slowly, except for the center's darker because we're going to layer that. Oh yeah, you can see the difference. And this will darken slightly, these colors when they dry. So they'll be a bit more pronounced, but yet they're still soft. Gonna have to put some more paint in this. These ones need to be a little bit bigger over here. Let's go over them. Where am I? Oh, I haven't done them yet. See how close you get? I have enough paint to finish this circle. We're just over halfway with this really pretty, it's like a light robin egg blue. Just trying to place them in between the two pearl sea mist dots, right in between. And then we have one more to finish this circle of circles. Now we were using number 4. We're going to go up a size in tulle and a little darker in our blue. So we're going to go to 6, I think, and we're going to we use that one, we use that one. This is the next color we're going to use. I gotta be careful they don't drip. They're getting big and thick, which means they get heavier, and we're also getting to the curve of the egg. That looks so cool. This is wisteria blue, so it's got a little, I think it is, what is this? No, I think it's pearl blue. It's hard to tell right now. Could be wisteria blue. I think it's wisteria blue. I'm not actually sure. It looks like wisteria blue on the yellow egg, but it looks very blue in here. So I'm kind of forgetful with what color this is right now. It actually looks different on the egg. Got one more of this. Look at the thickness of that paint. So originally I was thinking of just doing the rings. Keep doing rings and rings. I don't know now. What's the next color? This one. Oh, sorry, I don't. Hello. I can see you guys. Hello, welcome in. Thanks for watching. These are not hard-boiled eggs. They're large eggs. Oh, hi, Grace. These eggs I got at the dollar store, and I painted them. The white ones in the background, they are not painted. They came white. They're like ping pong material. Oh, I just lost my charger. Thank you. Yeah, this art anyone can really do. You don't need the special tools. You can, when I started, I just cut the ends off of the Q-tips and used the stick. I used the end of a pencil, one end for the tip. I used the eraser for a flat tip for what I'm doing now. You can find all sorts of little screwdrivers, toothpicks for the tiny dots, like the ones around the center. You can get some dollar paints and some rocks from outside. And away you go. That's how I started. I still have some of my first rocks. That I painted. I really enjoyed doing this the very first time. I knew as soon as I saw one of these eggs, or not the eggs, rocks. I started on rocks, but you can see how big these are. I'm making these, they will be for sale. I also have dotting tools, so I'm gonna put a few of these together with some of the painted eggs, the plain ones in the back. You'll get a couple painted eggs and some plain eggs and some tools so you can paint the eggs. But anyway, some of them are going to a local store. It's called Lobelia's Mystique Lair, Lobelia's Lair Mystique, something like that, where they have gems and crystals. They do, I think, fortunes, and they teach spells. So my mandalas, very meditating, they kind of fit right in there. But March 24th, there's something about a fertility day that they celebrate. up until March 24th, or there's a week where it's fertility week. I don't know much about it. I haven't researched it yet, but I have a lot of my canvases there, my artwork, and some of my other stuff. But anyways, I was making these more so for Easter, but she says these will be great for their fertility week. And that is March 24th, so kind of fun. Which one are you looking at? I love this, the one you're doing, and the pink in the background. Oh yeah, this one. This one I'm gonna fix. This one needs another layer. So I'll work on this one next, but I smudged it. See the corner by my thumb? So I have to clean that up, and then we'll do a second layer on that one. I've got some black ones that I've painted too. I've got some black eggs. They look really cool. There's another black egg right here. Black, gold, and bronze. Kind of cool colors. This one's neat over to the side here. It's on a light baby blue with the pink. A little different pattern. I'll show you this one. This one's on a darker, almost dark teal. It's a different pattern again. That one I did earlier today. So that one has to rest overnight for 24 hours before I can do a second layer. This one's ready for the second layer. So I'll be adding, look at the colors on here. Dark blue. Look at this egg. Oh, we're having a meltdown here. Good thing they're dry. Oops, I painted the top of this. Look at this. Look how elegant and soft that looks. Looks like it's gonna break, but it's a ping pong. Okay, let's put that one back. So there's all sorts. Look at this pattern. This one's a cool pattern too. It's just one color, two colors. I used white. Could use a little white dot in the center, so we'll do that. This one keeps falling over. It wants to, let's show it. This one I haven't shown yet. They're just so pretty, all the colors. I have a peach one hiding over here. That one looks nice in with the color scheme. Let's put it in here. I've got the whirly twirly one. Oh, this one's cool too. This one has lots of the layers, you can see. It needs one dark marine blue one right in the center, so we'll do that today. Okay, let's, what are we doing here? Oh, I took my little shelf. So now I have to decide what I want to do here. I kind of just wanted to go darker and darker and darker, but I also want to do a little different pattern on this one. What I'm going to do, where's that paint? What paint was I using? when this dries, I'll be putting a dot on here, and I'm putting dots around it. So it might look a little strange right this second. So these will take 24 hours to dry, these little almost drippy. Oh. A couple more to do. Thank you. I have a rock group called Rock on Nanaimo, Nanaimo. So I've got a few rocks here I'm going to paint later, and then I leave them around town for free for people to find. I think I'm going to leave a few of these eggs. So on the back, I'll write a message. It says, love tea with a heart, HT, heart tea, I mean. And then it says, keep or rehide, post a picture on Rock on Nanaimo. And so sometimes I do funny messages, sometimes they're inspirational. And then my rocks now have traveled. People have found them and traveled and left them on beaches in Portugal and taken photos of them. The rocks have now traveled, where was I? I'm on this one here. All across Canada. They're in the United States. They're in Portugal, Mexico. This one needs to be a little bit longer. So now, this one looks kind of cool. Everybody thought, uh-oh, I'm wrecking those dots, but sometimes it's kind of fun to play with the pattern. When this dries, I'll put another dot in the center. But right now, we're gonna go one color up. So I think it's this really vibrant blue. I'm just playing with blues and I'm switching them darker as I go. So this next pattern that I'm gonna do is called Walking the Dots. Oh, where do you live? I'm on Vancouver Island. Which province are you in? I know, there's so many channels. I do live clothing shows, and not on this channel though. Okay, we're gonna walk some dots. I can't see where you're from. Oh, Ontario. Ontario. So it's only 8:30 Pacific time. It's like 11:30 where you are. Well, welcome to my YouTube channel. I'm running a Poshmark show at the same time. Okay. Now this is kind of fun. We're mixing up all the little techniques. What's that? Now I have to try not to touch these. Now we're going to walk some dots. I see a couple fingerprints there, so let's get those. Any more fingerprints? Watch me drop it. I have dropped my art in some of my live shows, so that sucks when that happens. Good video. Okay, so we are going to walk some dots. How you start. Now I'm going to, I first kind of want to make these ones all symmetrical all the way around, even though I freehand, I'm not, I want it to look symmetrical, but I'm not anal. So we're going to just start with this side. Now we're going to walk our dot down. We're going to do one more, and then we're going to do the other side. Exact same thing, just one off to the side, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, it looks like a bloodshot eye. I should do a red center. Looks like. Okay, let's spin this around very carefully. Almost looks like the Greek eye. And the last walking the dots. Let's put this down and have a look. Where's it wet? So next, we're going to keep this tool out. How thick is this? Ooh, that's nice. What are we going to do? Oops. Look how that frames it. I'm going to move that before it wrecks my work. Got to get the right angle. Okay, here we go. We're going to do one top dot and then one side dot. And instead of walking them down, I'm dragging my tool. It's kind of like a Nike swoosh. And then we're going to just drag our tool down. Okay, be very careful. It depends. I'm on here quite often. I've been on here every day for the last few days. I did an acrylic paint pour. I did a rollout, do lots of different art. So just follow and subscribe and you'll get notified when I go live, I'm pretty sure. It's very relaxing. So you can see this side doesn't have that border. It looks very European, old world. This is sort of a play on mandala dotting art and folk art. A little playful. Look, it's kind of Victorian. I got to be careful not to let it slide out of my hands, and I don't want to touch the back side and smudge all the work. Sometimes on round projects, I'll work on half of it and let it dry overnight, and then do the other half once it's dry so I can hang on to it without destroying the work on the other side. I'm being very careful right now though. Don't those look great? So we have this side to do now. going nice and slow because it doesn't, if I go fast, the paint doesn't drip off the tool quick enough. And it doesn't have a nice thick line. It almost skips like a pen running out of ink if you drag it too fast. So it's literally dripping off the tool as I drag it. Whew. This takes concentration. Just looks nice and clean. Old world. It's like a long Nike swoosh. We have 2 more to complete this little pattern that I've started. It's kind of very delicate. I'm gonna have to let this one rest now because it's just all wet everywhere. And then we will layer this one once it rests for 24 hours. Once it's dry, we can redot over top of these dots. So this one's not finished. We'll just going to set it off to the side and let it dry. This one I started earlier today. Now, which one should we work on? Let's do this one here. We'll come back to this one because we started that last one from scratch. Now I'll show you to layer. We're gonna layer this one. So this one's dried for 24 hours. So I always start in the center and work my way out. This one, to brighten it up, we're gonna use some white. You'll see how it'll change this. And we're gonna start in the center. So I don't want to cover all that teal. I just want to have some of it show. Uh-oh, there's an air bubble in here. And now we have our first dot sitting there. It had an air bubble right in this corner. I see another air bubble over here. So we're just going to help level the paint because I want it to be nice and flat and ready for the next layer of dots. So that white really did make this pop. Now we're going to go ahead and do a little micro dot all the way around. Can you see that? I'm still showing the teal. We don't want to cover up that teal. There's 2 rows, so we'll do the same pattern on the second row of dark teal. And look how bright it changed that. You can see the dots here, and then the second row here hasn't been dotted. It makes both colors pop. Okay, so now the next row is like a pearl, that really iridescent. So let's put, what color? You know it would look really neat on that one? Oopsies, that's how I knock my tools over. This would be great. So the iridescent row is this silvery row. Let's put a really dark color to make it bold. Ooh, look at that. Again, it's interesting how when you do a dark bold color, it even makes the iridescent color underneath stand pop. Look at that. Let's finish that row. So I'm using marine blue. It's just fabulous color. So the next row, what do we have? Of nice, oh, there's lots of paint there. On the blue, what should I layer? Oh shit, that's not the right. I was talking and I put that on the wrong spot. I put a dot right on the blue one. So I'm going to remove that dot. Because this one doesn't belong. Okay, got it. So now I'm either going to put white, yeah, white, because it's the center, and it's going to just make it bright. So we need a bigger tool. That one's too big. We're going to layer this on the light blue. And we're going to go a little bit bigger in our tool stylist. Again, we want some of that blue to show through. Oh, that looks pretty. Makes it, the white dots make it look very delicate. Almost lacy. So that next row is the pearl pink. Oops, I just put a dot on there talking about it. Every time I talk, I put a dot in the wrong spot. So I did that again, right here. So what color should we put on there? The turquoise, I think, will look fabulous. Let's pull the turquoise in, and we're going to use tool number 4. And we're going to center it right in the center. Ooh, that looks really pretty. So we're almost all halfway around. I think we're going to have to get that iridescent color back here and put it on the teal. So how many more? We have 1, 2, 3, 4 more to do. 1, 2, 3. Oops. Good thing there wasn't a lot of paint on that one because I didn't have it centered. Look at that one. So what do we have up next? Oh, that's a cute dress. Let's do that one for 15. So we are going to, I wanted the iridescent. I didn't take that out yet. So maybe not. Let's do this light blue. That'll look good on top of the teal. Now these ones we're not going to center. We're going to make these, see how everything's symmetry and centered? I'm going to layer this blue on top of the teal, but we're going to have these eyes looking towards the center eye. So these are going to be looking down. Can you see that? So all of these eyes are going to be drawing your eye to the center eye of the project. Can you see that? This blue will darken when it dries. It's the same blue that's up here. You can see it's a bit shade darker, so it will stand out more when it's dry. And we will be layering another dot tomorrow on top of there. Can you see how 3D that looks? We got one more. So this one needs some kind of border, and I think it needs to be done in white to make it a little bit more delicate. I'm on here quite often. This week I've been on every day, but it depends. Okay, let's do a fancy little border here. That looks pretty. See this side? What a difference, right? Little white dot. And this is called Walking the Dots. Wow, that looks really good. Looks like there's a smudge there. Let's clean that quickly. And where's my, I have a little bit of Vim nearby. Okay. Can you see the difference? This side has the border and this side doesn't. What a difference. So this is walking the dots. I love doing this pattern. It's very satisfying. Look at that. So you start with your center and then you just slowly walk your tool. And look at that perfect staggered dots. Look. How many more do we have? 3 more petals. Let's put a little more paint. Let's do this side. And the last one. Whew, this is getting hard to hold without smudging. How does that look? Oh, we've got one to finish this side. Look at that. All those dots. So let's put this one. Which color should I do? Should we do a white one next? Let's do a white one. This one I think I wanted to do all purples. Oh, I better plug my phone in. It's gonna die. I had it plugged in, but it's that silly magnetic thing. There we go. Oh, is it not plugged in? It's kind of a loose plug in here. There we go. So if you wanted to know how to start a mandala, oh, there goes my magnet again. Why won't it stay on here? This is how you start. Everybody see? This is kind of bluey purple, so let's use that. It's a little thick. Okay. So we're going to start a new mandala. So if you wanted to know how to start one, okay, let me change my gloves. This is how you start a mandala. Let's get a nice flat end tool. Get lots of paint. Oh shit, that scared the out of me. Can't find my... Why won't my... It's gonna screw me up. Okay. I'm gonna help smooth that one out. It's really thick paint and I want this to be level. This will take 24 hours to dry properly. There is something in there. Do you see that? Sometimes it's dry paint. Where's my tweezers? There they are. I think I got it. What do you think? Oh, it just slipped. Oopsie daisy. That's not good. I think I got a little paint on this too. Let's dry that egg off. So that's how you start it, and that's how you screw it up. Okay. And let me just check this for a second. Okay. I think that's ready to start over. Yes, I live near Bowen Road and Townsite Road. Yes, you can pick it up tomorrow, either at 11 o'clock or 4 o'clock. If you'd like to look at it, I live near Bowen Road and Townsite Road. Bowen. Okay. Okay, let's try this again. And let's go live. Oh, there we go. Look familiar? Okie dokie.